Hell no! Where's my wife? Hell no! I swear! She told me what you made her do. I'm gonna gut you like the pig you are.
Whoever does this to these kitties has no right. This poor, healthy kitty is having a hard time. He has something wrong with his mouth. And I feel bad for him. So whoever is doing these to these homeless kitties, you are going to get what you deserve. You had no right to do this to them. They did nothing to you at all. They deserve to have a good home. I feel bad for this kitty. He didn't do nothing wrong. He's just a poor innocent little kitty. And he needs to be taken care of. He needs to be taken to the vet. And he needs to be good and living again. He's trying to eat and drink some water. But this homeless kitty needs a good home. And I would love to bring him home. We need to have more people like my husband that's taking care of homeless kitties. We need more people just like him who cares about kitties and dogs. We need more people just like him that will feed them, water
Somebody
them.
just cat where he can't eat. They messed his mouth up or something in his throat.
That's not right.
They gave him something that messed his mouth up. They poisoned him. He's wasting away now. This kitty's skin and bones in just a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to eat some food the other day and bled all over the place from his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to give him the soft beef from the can.
And he's not eating it.
Yeah, you gotta bite of it now. Can't drink the water. Couldn't drink milk earlier.
Whoever did something to this kitty here,
Reciprocity's gonna hit him.
I agree.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna go eat some fast food and fucking ingest some goddamn fucking battery acid.
And I agree.
You freaky little human. You know you're a welfare phantom who never got born, right? This kitty's one of your time loops, and now if you're one of the motherfuckers who did. If you're running around this town looking for retarded to pussy to fuck instead of kitties to help, there's no help for you.
And I agree. This kitty needs a good home. I wish.
This kitty needs medical attention.
Yeah, and that too. And I wish I had the money to take him to the vet so he can get fixed and get the help he needs. But I just don't have the money right now to do it. I wish I did. This kitty was healthy beginning of the year. He was pretty good and pretty healthy. But now look at the kitty. I just feel so bad for him. He knows where to come if he needs some help or needs attention. He can just come to my husband's and my place,
Be healed.
to our patio.
I defy whatever some white devil did to you. Be healed. Yes. Let the energy from the next timeline where the white devils never make it to come to this timeline and help you now. Let there be rage from the next timeline as they read the book about you. When they read about you in Elf, let them be enraged. Let them be enraged at the Grayling women that they didn't make sure that they help out the only guys who would help homeless animals. They gave pussy to all the bad dogs. Rewarded bad dogs for bad behavior. Now look at you guys. You're all suffering. This town should be embarrassed at the shape of their homeless kitties. They should be embarrassed there's so many of them. ones they've already produced, and they're producing more every day. Yeah, your little mouth is healed. Yes, it is. And I have supernatural authority over them. Anything they do, and I reverse that. Be reversed. Yes, their little throats opening up. Their little hungry kitty will be able to eat now. Yes. Look at their little throat opening up. Your little mouth is healing up. Yes, you are. I've seen kitties survive this. You're gonna survive. You're a tough little
I agree.
kitty. You're a tough little kitty.
I pray that this kitty can get the healing he needs, so he can go ahead and eat and drink again.
He's crying.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, I'm crying too. People in the next timeline, when they read about all the welfare phantoms who had to be spiritually executed, have to be in time looped as people, kitties like you, they're horrified and crying about your plight too, buddy. Oh, baby cat.
Yes, poor kitty.
Swelling in the throat's already going down a little bit, not that much.
This kitty right here is healthy.
Okay. Yeah.
He's pretty healthy.
He's starving for affection,
Mm-hmm.
and he's starving for food. Somebody did something to his mouth.
That's not right.
It's a sport thing for these white devils in this town to do evil. Molest children, hurt kitties, cut the heads off their friends' dogs, fucking rape retarded people.
All those people should be electrocuted for what they've
It's
done.
like, you guys are fucking goddamn shit stain on our fucking underwear. We need to racially cleanse this shit. There used to be racial cleansing. I don't know what happened. White people just lost all respect for themselves. Now we got this shit going on.
This kitty. I love this kitty.
Yes. If I had known this was going to happen to you, I would have brought you home a long time ago, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take you in right now until we figure out what's up with your mom. Zephyr could end up with it. My dog could get it.
Mm-hmm. And there he goes. And it's this kitty. He's still right here.
Feel better.
This kitty's gonna sit right up right at your door.
That was an angel in heaven enough to go take down as many people who negatively affected your health. Yeah. There's angels that didn't like this shit.
I agree.
So we'll find anybody who would already take the lesson from it. That's what we do, people. See?
I agree.
You don't need to be something. You don't need to make it. You need to do your game.
Those people that is torturing kitties and other animals, they should be electrocuted and they should lose everything that they have. They should have nothing. Nothing at all for what they've done to these kitties and other animals. I see you, cutie pie. Yeah, I do. I see you. I feel bad for this kitty.
Just took a drink.
He tried to drink some water. Come on, Zephyr. Get back. No. Ow.
A little bit of
I was going to speak. I was asked to speak here, Sheriff Garcia. I'm telling you guys, I'm pretty appalled at what's going on. At first we sat as concerned citizens and we all wanted to figure out how to best navigate our way through this whole COVID thing, And as we realized that it's not quite as dangerous as we thought it'd be, I was absolutely appalled at the cowardice, that you're sitting there with your masks on. I don't blame you for wearing masks because I'd be hiding my face too if I was you for what you're doing. It's absolutely horrendous what you're doing to these people. I'm a business owner, and I'm telling you, our families are starving. You know, you guys can sit here with your jobs, you can sit here, you're going to get paid, you fall asleep in your chair like that gentleman's doing behind his mask right there, okay? And I'm telling you right now, that right now we're being peaceful. And you better be happy that we're good citizens, that we're peaceful citizens. But it's not going to be peaceful much longer, okay? And this isn't a threat. I'm not a criminal. I've never been a criminal. I'm telling you, good citizens are going to turn to real concerned and revolutionary citizens real soon.
You got the UN
and nobody else is going to say that. I'm probably the only person that has the balls to say what I'm saying right now. That we're building, we're organizing, that we'll work with law enforcement or without law enforcement. But you won't stop us when time comes because our families are starving. And if you don't hear the seriousness of my voice, I hope you open your ears and you absolutely listen to what I'm saying. Because this is a warning for what's coming. It's not going to be peaceful much longer. It's not going to be rah-rah. It's not going to be speeches. It's not going to be down outside saying Pledge of Allegiance. It's not going to be waving flags. It's going to be real. When you see the things that I've seen, I went to war for this country. I've seen the ugliest, dirtiest part of humanity. I've been in combat, and I never want to go back again. But I'm telling you what, I will to save this country. If it has to be against our own citizens, it will happen. And there's a million people like me, and you won't stop us. Open the county. Let our citizens do what they need to do. Let owners of businesses do what they need to do to feed their families. Take the masks off. Quit masking and muzzling your children. The psychological damage you're doing to them is horrible. I've had 6 friends kill themselves since it's happened. Veterans who lost their jobs. How do you feel about being complicit and perpetuating that? The greatest hoax ever perpetuated on the American people, and you're a part of it by wearing your masks. In Shasta County, we're supposed to be red country up here. Not blue country, we're red country up here. You guys know that.
But the Electoral College went against the majority vote for Trump.
But by God, we're Americans.
I don't like it that Trump won the majority, but I sure don't like it that the Electoral College denied that. Put fucking Biden in office anyway. 12:37 a.m. Back clock at 7 minutes fast, Eastern Standard Time. August 26, 2021. Late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, depending on your perspective and when you went to sleep. Yeah, that kitty you just saw earlier in the video, just 4 months ago, that was a healthy cat. I mean, he was totally healthy, and now he's all skin and bones like somebody poisoned him or did something to him. So we called for reciprocity upon whoever did it, that they be poisoned now and that they waste away just like that kitty did. That they not be able to eat. Whatever they do, he poisons them. Whatever damage they did to that cat's mouth or throat gets done to their mouth and throat now. I mean, if somebody did it. If nobody did anything, if he just got into some shit, that's different. But if somebody put poison down for an animal and he got into it, then, well, they got to get time looped as him when they die. Anybody that knows they did it or like they did it. You see? And the thing about us who come back to this timeline to research, when we say shit, it's like fire flows from our mouths to consume our enemies. You see, just like it was prophesied. It was prophesied that there'd be 2 timeline jumpers who would run into each other here. And that unified, they would fucking goddamn even destroy all governments here. So there you go. That's what they're afraid of. So yeah, if reciprocity was to fail, karmic reciprocity and karma, then it would require the whole town be wiped out via, I don't know, Putin, make a crater out of the place. You see? It's getting pretty bad here. There's homeless cats everywhere, and there's evil fuckers that do evil shit here. Like, you know, molesting retarded women and acting like it's a sexual conquest. You know, putting stuff up in that woman's orifices that don't belong in a woman, like, you know, big broken bottles, knives, kitchen utensils and shit. You know, like what Cody O'Rourke did to Amber. And ever since January, she has been experiencing all kinds of health shit regarding bleeding from her orifices because of what she suffered at the hands of Cody O'Rourke in January and his little molester buddies. You see, so it's like, if she dies from this shit, you know, then they're gonna get laced up for fucking murder, or you know, they're negligent
Hey, cop.
negligent homicide. There goes the police. There was people arguing across 7-Eleven.
Yep,
they're going back there. They were there at 11. So yeah, they'll get jammed up for negligent homicide or manslaughter or some shit. It won't get covered up like it did with Heather O'Rourke, because there's no Hollywood elite here who perpetuated this. So it's like, you know, when they do her autopsy and they see that she died because of something she incurred sexually at the hands of a deviant who had to put stuff in her vagina because he has no sexual prowess. So he's gonna fuck her with knives, broken bottles, whatever the fuck he shoved in her. He fucked her shit up, I know that, because I knew her intimately, you know. So it's like, I know that she was all cut up and fucked up in her vagina. Who knows what was stuffed in her butt. See, these freaks do some weird shit like that. That's why they shouldn't have a woman. They shouldn't be around a woman. No woman should ever bless them with sexual pleasure. All women should be against them and should want to spit upon them when they see them or throw rocks at them, right? But I find it ironic that it was perpetuated by an O'Rourke, Cody O'Rourke, and Heather O'Rourke from the Poltergeist movies. Remember, they're back. She was killed the same way. You know, her health was negatively affected and everybody was keeping it quiet, so she couldn't get the health care, right, that she needed to. You know, nobody knew what happened to her, what was happening to her. But perverts were shoving stuff up in her fucking butthole that didn't belong in her butt. You see? They didn't shove dildos in there neither. They shoved their dicks in her, granted. But, you know, the pedophilia gets boring after a while, so then you got to do other more mean, evil shit. Got a bunch of kids running across the street over there. A whole gang of them. Walking down the railroad tracks or something. So yeah, I just find it really ironic that Heather O'Rourke died from a deviant putting stuff in her orifices that didn't belong there, and she went septic from it. And she probably bled from her little butthole a lot too. But yeah, some of your movies were made by the pedophiles, the predators who perpetuated that on Heather O'Rourke. Then they said she died from something else, you know, that caused her sepsis, whatever it is. No, her sepsis was caused from being molested and being fucked in her ass and then having shit shoved in her ass that cut her up. Poked holes in her or something. Or maybe she got fucked in her ass by too big of a dick and it stretched her and ripped her. Who knows? Because, well, you know, they doped them little Hollywood kids up so that they can take the big dick. Y'all know that, right? I mean, surely you know what's happening in Hollywood. There goes that double hauler U.S. Foods. Goes through here every night at some point. Most nights, anyway. So, Amber hasn't had a normal period since fucking February of this year because of what she suffered at the hands of these little molesty boys. She hasn't had a normal period and she bleeds from both orifices now. So, you know, eventually, because she didn't have these problems before, you know, them guys called themselves molesting her. They have a gangbangs. You know, what you're having is a molestation party. Yeah. You've proven that you would rape and molest a 9-year-old girl. I mean, because, well, did you have the intentions to take her home and marry her and take care of her and provide for her? Then you shouldn't touch her. Unless, like, her and her husband are swingers and you met them at a swinging event and you were invited to their chambers. then by all means, it will be okay because, you know, her husband is there to chaperone. Make sure that you punks don't shove nothing but some dick in her, you see? Yeah, Amber's learned a lot from this experience. And she's learning a lot with every day that she suffers. I've watched her incur fucking psychological damage and physical damage at the hands of these little freaks. And they want to act like they didn't do nothing, and the police want to drop the ball and not even give her, stopping at the flashing yellow light, not even give her justice. So the justice she's being denied now, she may get if she dies from the shit, you see? Because then they will get jammed up. And imagine the news story it'll make. That you had such little sexual prowess, you had absolutely no sexual prowess, so you jumped on a retarded girl, and you fucking gang fucked her in her ass repeatedly until you fucking goddamn turned her out to it, and you shoved shit in her fucking goddamn holes, and you made her bleed for both holes. She's still bleeding, fucking goddamn 8 months later. Yeah, it's like, there you go, punk. I'd be fucking shaking in my boots if I was you, and I'd be fucking moving the fuck away. Because, well, I'm going to sue everybody. All these little punks, I'm going to sue their parents. I'm going to sue fucking their employers. I'm suing everybody. I'm suing fucking Stratford for hiring that little fucking molester. You know, all it would have took was a Google search. It's all it took for me to find out that he was on probation. A motherfucking Google search of his name. It would have been so much simpler if they had just stolen my Harley and took it for a joyride and scratched it all up and wrecked it. That would have just required a fucking normal ass beating. Put my foot up in their little white asses like their fucking goddamn negligent, neglectful parents failed to do. 12:51 a.m., so it's 12:46. No working. Just don't believe me and drunk. With a sawed off motherfucker. Napoleon complex. I wouldn't want to work at a 7-Eleven or a Speedway in this town because of what's out at night drunk. Now I did want to open a bakery in this town, a 24-hour bakery / convenience place. But what I had in mind was to offer free donuts and coffee to the police to encourage the place to always have a police presence. So that if anybody like this showed up, they just quietly get their coffee and get the fuck out. You see? So I wouldn't want my staff having that dirty bullshit from no fucking redneck little hillbilly inbred. Didn't have proper raising. County cops flying down the road. Certainly doesn't think that dude got that far if that's what he's looking for. Well, he got over here and fucking staggered back over to some of the women.
Yeah, he's down there.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that responded to the call a few minutes ago. It was about like 12:23. We were at 7-Eleven. And the cashier, Rick, he, night manager, whatever, he said that at 11 o'clock the police were already over across the street. While we were out there, we got real uncomfortable because there was a... No, he kept going. Because there was a bitch out there screaming and bitching, drunk. I was worried she'd look over and see us standing out there because I was waiting for Rick to finish his cigarette, take us in, get my cigarettes. Fucking, I was worried that she might look over and want to confront me or Amber, you know. Well, you know how innocents like Amber seem to attract those who want to attack her, you know. I mean, she wasn't safe to walk down her own hall in her own goddamn apartment complex. She couldn't just go check the mail like a normal person. She had to check it into the trolls. The little trolley trolls. Little white boys who thought they was trolley trolls until they got propped up on a whole bunch of black dicks. And fucking now they know they just holy holes. Stupid little white boys. Your mama should have raised you better. She should have pulled her mouth off them fucking canine balls long enough to tell you no just a few times, motherfucker. Whip your little white ass. Little white boys. Running around acting white as fuck all the time. Look at you acting white. See your town? Kitties and fucking children and retards ain't safe in it. Y'all motherfuckers are sick.
Wow.
This guy's got to my shopping cart.
Might believe it.
Couple of them.
People think so fucking stupid and taking carts and shit.
Kids pushing each other around in carts. Teenagers.
Yeah, which day? Yeah, what day?
107, so it's 1 a.m.
Seriously? That's not right. They're taking it now, they're taking it out.
These guys must have precious cargo.
God.
That's the second truck that made the turn really
I don't
slow
believe
with
you.
the same kind of trailer on it.
I don't believe
One
you.
of them low skirt trailers.
About what you said. I'm not think I think about time.
This gang of fucking teenagers with
Yeah, I'm here.
their stolen carts.
Dad. I'm here. What? Yeah? No, we'll buy them. What? Of course.
1:16, so it's 1:09 a.m. City police just pulled in the speedway. Pulled all the way up, so they're going to get some weed, obviously, and not gas.
The Puma camp?
It's a county cop.
Fuck that. I'm good. Oh, I believe that one.
1:22, so it's 1:15. There's the county boys back north. There's the speedway. 1:27 a.m., so it's 1:20 a.m. There's the city boys
Then what's next
leaving at
on
the
the
same
list?
time.
Walgreens? What? And why do you took the last one? Why? Wow. From the highway.
Just going out the freeway.
Yeah, the two of them in the same vehicle, and one of them was on the phone.
Yeah, so it's 1222.
Like texting or whatever. God damn. Damn. God damn. Okay, what about your flour, your sugar, fried flour? Damn. Water.
134, so it's 127.
The water, you need one part of water, however, it's the Aquafina, and they never have it anymore. Get the big bottle, and we like to get the small bottle.
136, so it's 129.
And lately they haven't been having those at all. Oh yeah. The can, I have noticed that the cans at the top it costs more than the bottles. And poured it into the pan. I said, you don't get much noodles or meat at all.
138.
It's ridiculous.
So it's 131.
It's like you're paying $3 something for a can. And you don't get that much in it.
Those county boys coming back by.
Yeah.
He stopped to look at us.
There what? I'm here, Dad. Yeah, cause on State Street on the way up here to guys not potty, there was this girl. She was just yelling and screaming and bitching. We don't know. It sounded like she was drunk. In the rig at 7-Eleven, we tapped there really fast to get something. And Rick said, yeah, the police been there around 11.
County cops are looking for the kids who stole the carts.
Fulton first, and then he turned on Madison.
They're a little bit late now.
And then he came on Lawndale.
Those kids have been gone for 20 minutes.
Down that way again.
It's 143.
What, Dad?
So it's 136.
I'm trying to explain to you about the cop.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was at the light here, at the end of the intersection. Then he went down east 72. He went down Fulton, and then Fulton at the very end of Fulton, he turned on Madison Street, and then he came along there, and he turned on M72 again. Then he went back on Fulton. So he's trying to find those kids.
And goes a teenager on a bike who just rode up to us and sat there looking at us for a minute before he realized we and his friends. Then he rode around Walgreens. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you guys were my friends." Yeah, he's looking for them punks that stole them carts, apparently. There goes the state police. 157.
No, please.
And there's the city police. 1:57, so it's 1:50 a.m.
Oh shit, somebody. He's flying too. Where are they going? The city police can't leave. The city police can't go onto the highway. Ooh, stop.
Turning down it. The Ramadas. It's a county boy. Still looking.
Shit.
We're still looking for these guys.
I think he might pull over back to us.
Might. Hey, how's it going?
Somebody.
I'm looking for all them little punks. The county cop sat here and asked me everything about them. I told him, well, they went around the store and came through and went up the street. Sounded like they were hitting cars with the carts. There was between 6 and 8 kids, probably 3 or 4 carts. And they came through 20 minutes before he showed up, so they were long gone.
Where did the other state cop and the city cop go? Well, he's going into the highway.
Mm-hmm. It's 2:04, so it's 1:57. We got a state cop and a county cop down there. No, he's going to stop there too. Or a state cop and a city cop, rather. Down there to Ramada or whatever.
And there's 2 state cops.
Now there's
In
2
the
state
city.
cops down there in the city. 2:06, so it's 1:59.
But he's in a civic one.
He's going to Speedway. County cop is. .207, so it's 2 a.m. He's got a big full-size sleeper. .211, so it's 2:04. Every Wednesday we see this, like when the Gray Rock is closing, the people are leaving or something. I don't know. Maybe Gray Rock is the place to go on Wednesday night. You know, it just seems weird that right at 2 o'clock they're always cruising through. It's a county cop again. Just left Speedway. He's at it down there. He's right there. Just across the railroad tracks. There's a city cop again. And it's
And that's a girl.
Grayling's got a female cop.
She's looking for those people. No. She's going to Walgreens.
And she's looking for him too.
That's what you're looking for.
Jimmy, come over and talk to us. Well, let's see. Hey. Okay, 2:20 a.m. So it's 2:13. State cops down there at Speedway. County cops looked like they gave up. We just talked to the city cop that came walking up a minute ago for quite a while. He took my name and shit, so he'll probably be rerunning that. We're gonna go ahead and jet back